Hi, I'm Demara Stamler, and I am a transformation coach, consultant, speaker, and teacher. And today I'm sharing with you the second agreement of Don Miguel Ruiz's work, The Four Agreements. I'll show you the book again. This is The Four Agreements. It's a wonderful little book. You can see I've got all kinds of tabbies, but it's 138 pages, not very long, but boy, is it power packed and can be super helpful just in your daily life and then also as moving towards your vision and your dream. So some of you maybe have read it in the past, and most people I've talked to who have said, yeah, I read it and I don't think I'm doing any of it. So that's why I'm focusing on this, and I'll tell you about the class I'm teaching in a little while. But the work that I've been doing with the Four Agreements is how to interface the Four Agreements with building your dream and your vision for the next chapter of your life. Every one of us on this planet has agreements that we've made throughout our lifetime, agreements with ourselves, with our parents, with our children, our life partner, our siblings. We've made agreements all over the place, right? Every one of us. The agreements that we've made directly affect every decision that we make. Whether it's a decision about changing jobs, a decision about getting in a relationship long term, going to college, back to college perhaps, buying a car, and even the simple ones, or maybe not so simple ones, but picking up the phone and calling a friend that has said something that might be hurtful to you. So our agreements affect all those kinds of decisions of every kind. So in the last video, I talked with you about being impeccable with your word, the first agreement. And that's the one that's just say what you mean what you say what you're going to do, and do what you said you'd do. This video is taking it to the next level. They all tie into each other, but this one is about the second agreement, which is don't take things personally. So how often do you find yourself being offended by what someone has said? Being offended is about taking things personally, is it not? Yeah. So how often do you find yourself being offended by what someone else has said? Dollars to donuts. It's more often than you might recognize, because it's usually happening in the background, and you just are reacting versus responding to whatever's going on. But in the book, Ruiz says, don't take things personally. Nothing others do is because of you. I know, right? I mean, think about that. We typically think everything's about us anyway. I mean, it's pretty common. We don't mean that, not necessarily always from an egotistical place, but who else would it be about? Because I'm the one living my life and being impacted by things around me. So we typically think that everything is about us. But in this work with don't take things personally, 99% of the time, it's not about us. 99% of the time has nothing to do with us. So I want to share a quote with you by Eleanor Roosevelt that I love, and I've used in lots of different ways in my life and in coaching people and teaching classes. She said, all the water in the world cannot drown you unless it gets inside you. So I'm sure you can see how this applies to what we're talking about, not taking things personally. Comments people make, reactions people may have, they are like water. Unless we really let them get inside us and start, tripping us up and holding us hostage at times, until, if we don't let it get inside us, it can't harm us. So we can choose. We have a choice. The thing is that people who say things, even ourselves, when we say something to someone else that we kind of wish later we hadn't, or others have their own agreements going on, just like we have our own agreements going on. They have their own metote. And metote, you may remember from the first video I talked about the four agreements. Metote just means the chaos the confusion and the, all of our thoughts that are going on and all that's coming at us in our world. So that's the mitote, and we can be coming from that and responding through that mirror, if you will. But the point is that everyone has their own agreements going on, and that's what's causing them to respond the way they do or react or say things just the same as us. So let's take the example that I shared on the last video of Be Impeccable with Your Word. The example that I used then, I want to use again similarly. So you're coming home from work. It's been a very challenging day, draining day perhaps. And when we get home, we're thinking to ourselves, when I get home, I just want to be left alone. I just want to have some quiet. I just want to chill out. And then when we get home, someone at home has also had a tough day. And the first words out of their mouth might be, I'm not making dinner, it's your turn. Well, if you're already in a mood where you want to be left alone, you just want to chill out, that is the last thing you want to hear someone say to you, right? So what are the chances that you're going to take that personally, that you're going to react in a not so positive way? Say something negative, something angry, tone to it, something scathing back. Well, I cooked 4 times last week, right? Pretty good chances that we'll have not a great response to that based on where we're at in that moment, right? What if instead, because you would have noticed what you were noticing, you would have noticed, oh, something's going on with them. You would have noticed, I'm not in a good space. And instead of reacting, what if instead you paused, took a deep breath, and said something like, well, it looks like you had a tough day too. You tell me about yours, I'll tell you about mine, and then we'll decide together what to do about dinner. How's that sound? So you have the ability in the moment, if you notice where you're at and you can notice what's happening, you can make a different choice on how you want to respond. We take things personally in all facets of our life, right? When have you had it happen at work where you're taking things personally? Or when you've gone to the store, or you're in the parking lot, or you're talking to a family member, or somebody makes a remark that's walking on the street, then you're sure they just said it about you. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, who knows? But so many opportunities throughout our day to take things personally. So notice when you find yourself taking something personally and how it feels in your body. It's usually right here in the solar plexus. Sometimes it's in the heart that you can feel the tension. You can feel that things don't feel right when you're in that headspace, that emotional space, that vibration of taking things personally. When you allow yourself to make a nest in that tree of taking things personally, you're lowering your vibration. You're in a state of blame and judgment and all kinds of negative things, and that's a low vibration. It's also damaging to your immune system. You're putting a strain on your immune system. You're keeping your immune system in fight, flight, freeze. And we're in that a lot anyway. So we have more opportunities than we know to actually shift that, right? So the more you can work on noticing when you're getting into that state, the better it will be for you, because not only is it pointless to be in that state of being, in the moment you're going to feel justified, but if you think about it and you remember the idea that it probably wasn't even about you, you've allowed yourself, your whole system, to go into a different mode. Takes you nowhere. No good can come from it. It's only going to hurt you. It's kind of like the Buddha said once that taking things personally or being offended is like reaching for a hot coal that you're going to throw at someone, but you're the one who's getting burned first. And you might even miss, and they don't even know what happened, and you're still stewing and you're still in pain. So how does taking things personally affect your momentum going towards your vision, the vision for your life that you've created? I'm going to share the quote, another quote that I love very much and use often in my own life, as well as in working with others, is he said, everything is energy. That's all there is. Match the results that you want, and you can't help but get that result. This is not philosophy, it's physics. So what he's talking about and how I'm using it from a physics point of view is everything is energy. You want to match your own frequency. So match the frequency, your frequency, the vibration you're coming from, the vibration you're projecting and sitting in. Match that frequency with the frequency of the result that you want, your vision, your dream. If you're in taking things personally and your dream is up here, they are not a match. So you're not moving towards your vision, your dream, you're stuck. And if we do that often, we're stuck a lot. And it doesn't help us get where we want to go. So the more you can notice that, the better for you. So notice what you're noticing. Notice when you're taking things personally and choose to change your thinking, which will change your emotions, which will change your vibration. That's how it works. So you have to change how you're thinking about it. Oh, wait, I'm thinking like everybody else is at fault. Let me just change that. Let me take a deep breath. Let me pause. Change my thinking, change my emotions, and then I'm in a whole nother frequency, whole nother vibration. I also want to encourage you to be patient. I've said this before to you, and I will probably say it a lot to you in practically every video. Be patient with yourself. We don't change these old habits very quickly. It takes some practice. It takes practice. And remember that this is not about perfection. We're not looking to be perfect at it. We're just looking to be better and better and better. So it's about progress. The more we do it, the better we get at it. And we just keep doing that. So things get easier for you when you change that way of thinking. So if you'd love to get even more clear on where this agreement might be holding you back or any of the 4 agreements, I'm inviting you to join us for a wonderful 6-week class called Live a Full Spectrum Life Using the 4 Agreements. It starts in a couple of weeks. There are 2 live classes. The first and the last ones are live. Then we have recorded ones that are beautiful and helpful that you can listen to at any time during that week so that you continue the pace. And then we also have a Q&A, live Q&A that we'll do in the middle so that you're getting support throughout. And in this program, this 6-week virtual program that's starting on the 23rd, you're going to learn how to interface the 4 agreements with your dream and your vision. How to get a handle on the 4 agreements that are not working for you right now and how to get them working for you. So there's a link below to register. And if you'd like to chat with me one-on-one, send me an email to demara@awakeneddreamscoaching.com and we'll set up a time to chat. My gift to you. All right, I'll see you in the next video for agreement number 3. Don't make assumptions. That's another powerful one. So you're going to want to learn about that. So bye for now. I'll see you then.